right,
Strictly
hey,
a home.
he don't deserve you. We'll find you somebody out here.
Right. One of your friends?
Yeah. Me,
Okay, so I called him last night, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, so why did you leave me on red? And he gonna say to me, I just didn't feel like talking to you.
Yeah, he not
Like what?
fucking. He not fucking with you.
Okay, but I just think he needs some space.
No, twin, stop being delusional. He not fucking with you, bro.
My shame.
I know.
Hey Mike, how are you, man?
Oh, what's good, brother?
Is
Chilling?
this your girlfriend?
Nah, no.
Girlfriend? Oh, hell no, never. I would never be with him.
Okay.
Like, ever in my life.
All right,
Strictly
hey,
a home.
he don't deserve you. We'll find you somebody out here.
Right. One of your friends?
Yeah, you ain't gotta go that hard. I wouldn't want you as a girlfriend either.
I'll see you guys later then. Alright, see you, bye.
Hey, nigga, what the? Who the hell is that?
That's just my homegirls.
Put me on.
I always put you on.
Hey, nigga, what's good? You ready?
Hey, oh my god. What do you have on?
What you mean? This is my new leather jacket.
They don't go with the fit.
It's Ralph Lauren.
It
It's
don't even matter. Where'd you get it from?
my dad gave it to
Give
me.
it back.
You saying always, but I'm not seeing.
I put you on with a new girl every week.
And every week I'm a different person. So come on, let's keep cooking. What you mean giving shit
Give it
back?
back.
You what you got on, bro? You look like you.
It's a bum day.
Look like you just got released from prison or something,
Hey,
huh?
yo.
Demon home, bro.
Chill.
What's your name,
You know
man?
what? 1, 2,
But you don't know that yet, though. Come on, we just gotta keep pushing, put me on.
Okay, so I called him last night.
Hey, yo, black men, what's happening? Peace, man. Tell me what's goody. Now, in this video, I'm talking about, female friends and why you shouldn't have them. But I'm also going to mention how, listen, when you're a female's friend and you're in the friend zone due to her not wanting to give you a chance, listen, it will black pill you on women, right? Now, as a black man, trust me, it's the most brutal thing ever, man. It's 3D right in your face, but you see how they're not good people, right? So going all the way back to my 9th grade year in high school, right? I had 5 female friends, not all in that one year, but as I tell the story, you'll catch on, right? Now, 2 of my female friends, I'm not going to drop no names, but 2 of my female friends at that time, I met them both within my freshman year of high school, right? Now, one of them, she was a grade below me, and she was in 8th grade. One was in high school. She was in 9th grade just like me as well. And, right? Now, these 2 females, it's funny how maybe they were attracted to me. I don't know. But I never got a chance. Like, they just never gave me a chance to, get with them. So, right, starting with the girl that was in high school, we didn't attend the same high school, but you guys know, as being a millennial, I was born in 99. So when I got to high school in the year 2013, by that point, Instagram was like buzzing. But Instagram wasn't what it is right now. All of the whole marketplace and social media influencer and stuff, that wasn't around back then. That's back when you had to actually go in somebody's comment section to actually talk to them. You know what I'm saying? Back when it was still, to be honest, rates, the good old days, man, the good old days. But now that we're fast forward into 2025 and we see the mess that Instagram is now, things are so different. But when I had those female friends back in the day, right, starting with the one I had in high school, throughout my freshman year, I remember, like I said, man, I wanted my chance with her. And it's so funny because I don't understand what was the point of them doing this, but man, the female one from freshman year, she actually sent me nudes of her. So I'm thinking like, yo, maybe I'm in there, but I never was given the opportunity, right? And I remember back in the day, I used to ask her, can you hook me up with some of your friends? And she always told me how, oh, I don't have no friends. I don't have no friends. What female at the age of 14 doesn't have female friends? What? But of course, I couldn't see back then that she just wanted to keep me around as one of her orbiters, man. She just wanted me to keep giving her attention. And, one of the downsides of being a female's friend, right? She can talk to you, especially, she can talk to you when Tyrone's not talking to her, right? She can talk to you when the guy that she wants to deal with isn't talking to her. But talking to you, it's not, she doesn't have to give you the same kind of attention that she's giving the other guys. Talking to you is like, yeah, you're talking to her, but you're just filling in for the guy who she really want to talk to. You know what I'm saying? And I think I mentioned in one of my previous videos, right? This same chick I'm talking about right now, she was one of the girls who she's a single mom right now of like 2 or 3 kids. And looking back on it, I'm like, yo, why was I even some of these girls' friends? And with this chick, right, I'm gonna give you the full spectrum, right? I remember when she lost. A matter of fact, no, 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 no. This was the chick who I said she was waiting for the guy that was in jail. Like I think he was an upperclassman, maybe 16 or something like that, and he went to jail, and her mom was accepting collect calls from him, allowing her to speak to this guy. And I'm like, yo, she talking about I'm gonna save my virginity for him. Now, mind you, she never did, but she did end up hooking up with that same guy that was in jail later on when he came out of jail. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I'm just sitting back. I'm wanting my turn with her. And I listen, my female friends, I made that clear that yo, I'm attracted to you. I like you. So it's like, why are you putting me in the friend zone? And again, when you're ignorant and you don't know any better, man, you're having the most fun. Life is bliss. But or as they say, ignorance is bliss. But when you don't know any better, you don't know any better, man. Once you know better, then you can do better, right? But this same chick, throughout high school, I remember her just telling me about all these guys. She was just messing with all of these thugs, and it was. Listen, one thing about black women, right? They hyperfixate the thug image. If you're not a thug image, it's just like what's promoted as cool in the black community, right? And this chick, she was African American. As a West Indian baby, man. I didn't really understand African Americans at the time. Like I was still learning, right? I'm not gonna say I was sheltered as a kid, but when you are ethnic and you're black, your parents they drill, which they should. They should drill their culture, their traditions into you and their ideology, right? Now again, being West Indian, I'm gonna be honest, man. If you were Caribbean or African growing up, listen, your parents told you not to mess with African American women. You know what I'm saying? And when I was younger, I didn't understand this stuff. I did not listen to them. So, of course, I bump my head with these African American chicks, but it's all the same. But don't get me wrong. If she's westernized, then she's westernized, regardless if she's Caribbean, African, or whatever. But just like I said, this same chick throughout high school, she's just dealing with all of these guys, and it's just I'm thinking like, wow, I'm never gonna get a chance, right? Boom, fast forward after high school, it got to the point to where I didn't even care no more. But I skipped over one thing, right? And this is so funny to me. Our senior year of high school, she invited me to one of her birthday dinners, right? Now, mind you, every year she invited me to her birthday parties or birthday dinners, actually, and I never went just because I never had no money. Like, why would I show up to a birthday dinner with no money, let alone no money for the dinner, and I don't have money for a gift? So it didn't make no sense to me actually going, right? Now, our last year of high school, I showed up, I brought one of my close friends with me to her birthday party, and I guess she was like feeling my mans. Again, I'm not jealous, what I'm saying? I'm not envious, right? She liked my mans. Now, that particular year, that particular year, she did not hook up with my mans. But after we graduated high school, I think her and my mans had something going on, and they fell out. And listen, me being the dude I am, I said, listen, bro, listen, I called my mans one day. I'm talking to him. He said, bro, listen, me and her fell out, woody, woody, whoop. I said, bro, listen, I got you. I get on the phone with her, yo, and I throw my mans the alley-oop. I get her to call my mans up, and yo, he did the rest. And like I said, my man scored. He landed it, you know what I'm saying, touchdown, 3-point shot. You know what I'm saying? You guys get the message, right? And like I said, man, I'm not no hater, bro. Even though I wanted my chance with her way back when, like I said, after high school, I hooked my mans up. But this girl, she was very promiscuous, very, irresponsible with her pussy. And like I said, this is the same chick who now has 2 kids by 2 different men, if I'm not mistaken. Well, maybe 3 kids by 3 different men, but I know she has 2 kids for a fact by 2 different men. But again, being her friend, it was just so funny to me because throughout high school, I used to always ask her, like, hook me up with some of your friends. Again, after like 9th grade, I realized that she wasn't giving me a chance, but yet she is giving chance. Listen, it's so funny, right? Especially throughout between like 9th and like 11th grade, I realized the guys that I personally knew she was giving chances to. It was so fucking strange to me, bro. I'm like, how are you giving these guys chances? And listen, she used to ask me about some of these guys, and I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, yo, why are you giving these guys chances when? And it's funny because when those guys would talk to me about her, I was trying to overlook it, but these guys were kind of letting me know, like, yo, bro, she's a bop. Like, yo, I mean, like, no one ever confirmed it, but I heard enough, going around, like, yo, I think she got trained by not my mans, but some other guys I knew at the time. And I'm thinking, like, yo, this is just so hilarious to me. But looking back on it, even as I'm talking about it, I'm like, yo, like I said, being a female's friend, it's a cuck position. It's a very blue pill position, but you get to see the real. Because one thing I will say this, right? When you are, especially friends with black women, right? Black women, they will share so many things with you that they would not share with you if you were trying to pursue them in a romantic way, right? Because she already knows you're going to judge her. That's why females, they make such a big deal about their past. Oh, my past don't matter. Yes, it does, but they know that if they let certain guys know about their past, these guys are gonna judge them and not give them a chance no more. Especially the guys who are supposed to be the backup plan. But like, wow, that's how slow black women are. They're thinking that even after, because one thing about black women, the guys who they reach back for a backup plan, he was most likely in her friend zone at one point, and they really think that after all of these years, you're still waiting for your turn. Who's doing that, bro? And when you really think about it, most black women, they don't even marry Tyrones. Like, it's very seldom you see a black woman with a Tyrone. But you do see black women with, as far as in their eyes, the below average black man, the average black man. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, these are the guys who they're actually in long-term relationships with or marriage. Now, Tyrone, he does date them for a while, but like when you actually see a black woman who's married, for the most part, she's married to a guy who she wouldn't give a chance to back in her younger days, which is so funny to me, right? But like I said, that same chick, multiple kids by multiple men right now, her life is screwed. And she went to college. What's so funny is the last time I spoke to her, right? I think we were about 21 at the time. Like 20 or 21. This is before the pandemic, actually. So I had to be about 20 at the oldest, right? Maybe around here, like 19, 20, 21, around there. And like I said, that's around the same time I gave my mans the alley-oop to the, you know what I'm saying, to go ahead and do what he had to do with her. Like I said, I'm not a hater, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a hater. So boom, let's go on to the next chick, right? That was the first African American. The second African American, I met her in 9th grade as well. And this is the same chick who I told the story about, where her mom bought me the school supplies, and her mom told her that, listen, this is the guy that you should be dating. Like I said, she was a grade below me. So like I said, at the time on Instagram, I'm not gonna lie to you, man. Back in the day, right, on Instagram, I was actually kind of famous. When we used to go out, me and my friends, we go to the malls, to the movies, or anywhere in the city. Yo, I legit had chicks coming up to me and calling me by my Instagram name, like, yo, you so and so, you so and so. Like, yo, I was low key a little famous, you know what I'm saying? But this particular chick, right? And it's funny because the first chick I just talked about and this chick I'm talking about right now, they told me about when they lost their virginities and stuff, and it's so funny, right? But look, the chick who I'm talking about now with the mom who bought me the school supplies, I remember, listen, I told her how I like, mind you, it's funny because she let me know how she was, feeling me. I told her how I was feeling her. Now, we did go to different schools, but I'm thinking like, yo, that's not stopping nothing. Why are you not giving me an opportunity? You know what I'm saying? And I eventually got friend zoned at some point within that freshman year, which was so crazy to me. But I remember, listen, she told me this one time how, I guess the guy she was feeling, and it's funny because it's always these Tyrones, bro. It's always the Tyrones. It's always the Tyrones. I guess this Tyrone was a basketball player at her school, and he was perceived as one of the, I guess, the cool guys. And I guess she went to the movie theater one day with him. You know, you guys know what happens at the movie theater, man. She gave him head. He was fingering her. And I don't think he smashed her that particular day, but, you know, she got smashed at some point within that school year. And by that point, I'm kind of fast forwarding, but by that point when she got smashed by that particular guy, I believe I had to be a sophomore. Yeah, I was a sophomore by that point because she was a grade below me and she was a freshman. But the first girl I talked about, me and her was in the same grade. So it's funny because, again, this particular girl never gave me a chance, right? Never gave me a chance. So let's fast forward throughout high school. You know, me and her were friends. We're talking. Her mom bought me the school supplies. And I'm telling you, after that day and again, matter of fact, when her mom bought me the school supplies, that was the beginning of my sophomore year. Or I think second semester, one of the two. But I'm telling you, after that day when her mom told her that I'm the guy that she should be dating, I think that's when she friends on me for real. Honestly, because after that point, like, yo, the treatment was so different. And like I said, man, this is a girl who I let know that, yo, I'm feeling you. And like I said, I never received a chance with her. But yeah, she's telling me about these guys, you know what I'm saying? And it was always making me frustrated because, again, I'm trying to actually date you. I want an opportunity, but you're not giving me the opportunity, man. So I think this particular girl, I didn't like fully cut her off, but I definitely distanced myself from her, right? And I remember one time, oh, this was so funny, bro. I think I was a junior in school, maybe a senior. I think I was a junior, right? And I went somewhere with my mom. We were somewhere shopping. We was at a shopping center, right? And me and my mom was walking out the store, and she's walking in the store. And, you know, she sees me and she says, hey, inserts name, and she waved and she tried to come up to me and give me a hug. And I like straight curved her, bro. I'm like, oh, yo, I'm talking about Euro step. You know, like it was so sick. And then I know she felt some kind of way about that. And my mom, she said, oh my God, how could you do that? How could you do that? I'm like, yo, listen, fuck her, bro. I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying? I was trying to date her. She wasn't giving me a chance, but I'm friend zone like a motherfucker. Like, yo, who wants to deal with that kind of shit, bro? You know what I'm saying? So I pretty much left it alone. But like I said, pretty much after that day, I think she pretty much knew, like, yo, this dude, he don't rock with me like that. Like I said, I had to be a junior at that time, if I'm not mistaken. And I also think I mentioned in my previous videos, right? This same chick, it was one day on my Twitter page. Yeah, I did mention this, right? But yeah, on my Twitter page back in 2020, I believe, 2021, she did her quote unquote check-in. She DM'd me on Twitter, you know, I guess trying to check in, see where I am in life. Have I built myself up enough to give him a chance? And around that time, I think I just graduated college too. You know, I just graduated college. And I think she was telling me how, listen, she was still in school, you know, working on something. And I'm thinking, I'm at this time, again, I'm still blue pill like a motherfucker. But she tells me how, well, no, I'm sorry. I asked her for her phone number. And she gives me the phone number because I'm thinking, you know, she you know, I'm trying to make a move on me. I'm like, cool. She gives me the phone number. We're texting. Bro, legit. We exchanged maybe like 3-4 messages. I never heard from her again. Pathetic, man. Pathetic. And like I said, this same chick, you know, throughout 9th and 10th grade, when I was kind of still talking to her, you know, we would talk, but it's just like, what's the point? And I'm gonna keep it a stack, bro. The female friends I had, listen, I was trying to date them, bro. Like, these weren't no chop looking girls. These girls were at least 7s, man. At least 7s. But like I said, man, you know, I never got the chance. She also told me about guys she was dealing with, you know, over and over. But it is what it is, bro. You live and you learn, right? Now, that particular chick, I can't say if she has children now. I don't know. But if she doesn't, that's cool. You know, at least she didn't mess up her life. Now, she did come from a pretty good home. So I don't think that will happen to her. But who knows? You know, I know she went to college. I know she graduated. Yeah, but I can't really say I know what she's doing right now. Again, most of my female friends, I cut them off. Now, let me mention that. I want to say right before I graduated college, right? I want to say my junior year of college, I cut all of my female friends off, right? Now, boom. Here's my third female friend. Now, this is where it gets interesting, right? Now, again, me being a West Indian kid, I had three Jamaican female friends. And this is why I tell you guys, listen, it doesn't matter if she's African American or Caribbean, because and personally, Jamaican women got to be the worst. It's funny how growing up, my mother always told me, listen, avoid Haitian women, but I think Jamaican women are worse, man. Jamaican women got to be the fucking worst. Now, boom, I met this particular chick in the ninth grade as well. Now, she was a woman who I actually told, listen, I want to, you know what I'm saying? I like you. I'm feeling you. And she was feeling me. Now, having her as my friend, it was a good benefit. Now, I will say this, right? In the ninth grade, because she was also, no matter of fact, yeah, she was a grade below me as well. Matter of fact, I think I met her, I think I might have met her my freshman or sophomore year, one of the two, but she was a grade below me, right? Now, her being West Indian, me being West Indian, we clicked, we share a lot of cultural backgrounds, and it was pretty cool. Now, at the time, my mom, she was struggling, you know what I'm saying? So this particular girl, yo, she would always order me Papa John's pizza. I'm not gonna hold you. Back in the day, she was fucking lit, bro. She was fucking lit. Back in the day, bro, listen, she was ordering me Papa John's pizza left and right, bro. She had to order me Papa John's pizza at least 15, 20 times throughout that particular school year, bro. At least, bro. She definitely fed me a lot of times. And, looking back on it, I'm like, maybe that's just because, as West Indian people, we do look out for each other. But, like I said, she was pretty cool. I mean, throughout high school, me and her was pretty, like, we stayed in touch. I mean, she didn't really tell me too much about how she was off and on with a whole bunch of guys. But I will say after high school, that's when, we did communicate a little more. Like, we were friends, of course, throughout high school, but I feel like we became a little bit closer after high school. And, this is when she's telling me about a lot of things going on, right? So, boom. Fast forward, we graduate high school. Mind you, I'm a year older than her. So I graduated high school 2017. She graduated 2018. So somewhere between 2018 and 2020. Somewhere between 2018 and I want to say 2021, where we kind of got close, right? So boom. I remember she told me about how she was dealing with some African guy, and the African guy, was a scammer. And I guess maybe he was playing her or he was cheating. I don't really know, but it was just funny. Then again, she told me about some other guys. Like I said, these guys that they tell you about. One thing I find funny, right, when they tell you about all of these guys, right? I don't know if they tell you about these guys in order to make you jealous or to make you feel some kind of way, but maybe that's just how low IQ Black women are, because when they tell you about these guys, I don't think they realize, it's just going to build up disdain and it's going to build up hatred for them as time goes on. Because for every guy they tell you about, that's one guy in your way that you feel like, man, listen, well, you chose him over me. Now, it's funny because, right, let me go into detail about this. They always mention how these guys have these quote unquote bad qualities. Oh, he does this, he does that. Oh, he act like this, he act like that. But you're thinking in your head, well, obviously I don't behave like that. If it's such a problem, why do you continue to deal with these guys? If it's such a problem, why not give me a chance? But see, that's the problem with being a female's friend, because I really believe that they try to rub this shit in your face. Like, no, you're a cuck, you're a simp, you're blue-pilled. And I prefer Tyrone. Like, for the most part, at least throughout, I would say from my freshman year of high school up until my junior year of college, right? That's who Black women deal with. Tyrones. Strictly Tyrones. Like I said, even my man who I alley-ooped the first chick to, he was a Tyrone, right? But again, back to this Jamaican chick, And this was so cucked of me. It was just so lame. But she was told me how she was dating this one guy, and this guy was so broke. Oh my goodness, black man. Listen, right? She stayed maybe like 15 minutes away from me, right? And apparently, I'm not sure. Listen, her boyfriend at the time, the boyfriend, I wouldn't really consider him a Tyrone. He was more of like a oofy doofy type of dude. But wherever they were going, this guy, he was so broke. They broke down 2 minutes away from her house. Legit, 2 minutes away from her house. You telling me you didn't have enough gas in your car to get to a gas station? What the fuck? But it's crazy because this guy was worried about me, man. It was just one day me and her hung out. Maybe that might have been my chance to actually do something with her, right? Because she invited me over her house and she gave me a tour of her house and everything. And again, maybe I was so fucking blue pill. I was so, distorted in the mind that I didn't realize the opportunity, right? But I went over her house one day, but again, we're supposed to be friends. But anyways, I went over her house one day. She showed me around the house, gave me a full tour, and me and her, we hung out for the whole day, bro. I brought her to my people's house. I showed her around the crib and everything. And I remember that particular day, right? The boyfriend, he was calling her phone. He called her maybe like 4 times, and she kept saying, "Yeah, I'm still hanging out with so and so." Insert my name. I'm still hanging out with him. I'm still hanging out with him. And I guess he was just nervous, like, yo, this he's gonna fuck my bitch. Little did he know, like, yo, she's friend zoning me, dude. She's friend zoning me. Yeah, I may have known her for a while, but she never gave me no pussy. Like, she never offered up no action to me, dude. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, that particular day when that guy broke down 2 minutes away from her house, she called me and she was asking for my help. Now, I didn't give this guy no full tank, dude. I filled up a gas can of like $5 worth of gas, and I gave the dude $5 worth of gas, and I'm like, yo, make something shake, bro. And looking back on it, man, I should have told her ass no and let both of them just crash out. But that was just me being a good friend because I thought we were friends. But like I said, being a female's friend, that shit is lame, bro. It's just not. It's no fun. Listen to her tell you about all of these guys. It's pointless, right? Now, boom. Here goes female number 4 and female number 5, right? Now, both female number 4. Well, now, hold on. Let me mention this, right? Out of all of the females I just talked about, including female 4 and 5, right? Only one of them were actually in my grade. The other chicks were always a grade below me, right? The first chick who was the baby mom with 2 kids and my man smash, me and her was in the same grade, but all the other 4 were females who were a grade below me. Now, female number 4, right? I met her after high school, and it's so funny because I met her, mind you, on Instagram, right? We went to different high schools, and I remember I went in her inbox, and I'm thinking like, I'm gonna shoot my shot. She gave me her phone number and everything, and we're talking, right? Now, I remember my coworker at the time. At the time, I'm working at Lowe's. I'm 18 years old, and I told my coworker, I'm showing him on Instagram. I said, bro, listen, I went in her inbox. I'm talking my shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna try and shoot my shot. He said, go ahead, little bro. You know what I'm saying? He bigging me up. I get her phone number, and we're texting, right? And I think maybe a week or two go past. I set up like a link up. Now, mind you, I didn't take her on no date. She told me how her mom, I think, was a U.S. veteran, right? And at the time, my stepdad, he was a U.S. veteran as well. So we went to like this military gym somewhere on her side of town for our first link up. But there was a pool there, so we actually went swimming in the pool. Man, listen, again, this chick, she was Jamaican as well. Her body was so fucking pressure, bro. Jesus Christ. The same way how these chicks would go out here and get BBLs, no, she had that body, bro. Natural. Natural. And I was trying my hardest, bro. Oh my goodness. But man, this chick, out of all of my female friends, wow, she was so fucking slow. She was so fucking slow, bro. And you know, me and her, we were friends for about 3.5, maybe 4 years. Like I said, I met her 2017. Yeah, 2017. So this particular girl, I remember, listen, she ended up moving somewhere down south, right? But after she moved, you know, now she could really rub in my face like about what she's doing, right? And I remember, man, listen, when she moved, she told me about so many different guys, bro. Like, all right, so you know what? I'm gonna talk about it, right? And this is, matter of fact, talking to her, like the first three chicks I talked about, you know, I was still blue pilled, but after being friends with her for a while, this shit black pilled the fuck out of me, right? Hopefully, I can remember every story. The first story, right? Because again, mind you, again, I told her how I like. Matter of fact, I told her straight, I want to fuck you, and she wasn't trying to make that move on me. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't gonna happen. And when she told me that wasn't gonna happen, yo, I ghosted her. Mind you, after I ghosted her, I want to say maybe 2 weeks or like a month went past. She reached out to me and pulled me back in to be an orbiter, bro. That shit was so fucking lame. But of course, I went for it. Me being simp as fuck. But yeah, she reached out to me, pulled me back in, and I'm her friend. But she did that kind of after she moved. You know what I'm saying? I did realize that, right? So boom, she moves, and now she's living in what state she moved to, bro? It doesn't really matter, right? But anyway, she moved, and one of the first guys she tells me about, right? I guess she gets a job at some grocery store, and she meets a guy who she friend zoned, right? And it's so funny how black women will like collect orbiters, right? So mind you, I'm an orbiter in a different state, and she has her own personal orbiter who's like, you know, right there in her city. And she's telling me how, you know, she's dating this guy, and you know, I guess she quote unquote gives him a chance one time. Mind you, her ass is so fat, bro. That like, her ass is fat, bro. I guess the guy's over her crib one time, and he's grabbing on her ass. And he's like, man, it's so fucking juicy. But I guess that might have creeped her out or something. I don't know. Like I said, you know, of course, I'm not gonna tell you the whole story, but maybe he did smash, maybe he didn't. But she was pretty much using him. Like he was trying to take her on dates. She was taking the dates, you know, using him for his time and money. You know, whenever she needed help, she always calling his phone. You know, he was one of those type of guys, right? Now, mind you, the guy who she was tripping over, it was some like old ass Tyrone type dude. Mind you, this guy is like 29, 30 years old. And she's telling me how, listen, this guy, you know, he's a bum. He can't hold down a job. She mentioned how, listen, this guy, he got robbed 3 times by the same young nigga, and he didn't do anything. But, you know, mind you, she's telling me all of this stuff like, bro, he can't hold down a job. He had to move back in with his grandma. He lost the apartment. He was a dirty type of nigga. And, you know, it's just all of this stuff, bro. All of this stuff. But, you know, I guess Tyrone, like I said, bro, Tyrone was fucking her to sleep. She, you know, after all of these bad traits and bad qualities and bad stuff going on, Tyrone is still fucking her to sleep, and that's what she cares about. And she said, yeah, but he'll get it together one day. He's already fucking 30 or 29 pushing 30. And mind you, at the time, bro, like I said, after high school, I'm a year older than her. So listen, at the time, I was maybe like 20, 19, 20. She's like 18, 19. Getting fucked by Tyrone, who's 29 years old, 30 years old. What the fuck? It's so strange to me, right? But again, that's Tyrone right there, right? Boom. Here goes Tyrone number 2. I guess Tyrone number two is living in a city like within her state, not too far away. But she didn't live in a major city. She lived in like a small town, and Tyrone was from the major city, the inner city, right? So I guess she links up with Tyrone. So I think he drives maybe to go pick her up. She hanging out with Tyrone from the inner city, and Tyrone's a drug dealer. Tyrone got dreadlocks. Tyrone drives a fast car, and of course she gets fucked by Tyrone. I don't know how long that even lasts, but I think that was maybe a one-time thing. Honestly, bro, to be honest with you, and it was just so, it was just so black put to listen to, bro. And that's guy number two, right? Now it's a couple guys she told me about, a couple guys, bro. I'm trying to think about all the ones I remember though. Now it was an African guy back in the state where I was at, right? And matter of fact, is that before or after? It doesn't matter, right? Guy number three. No. Actually, no. I think this is guy number four. No, the real guy number three, right? It was a Tyrone back in the state that we both used to, well, she used to live in, that I live in currently. And I remember she told me how, listen, this particular Tyrone was a guy on the car scene. Now, back when I was still going to the car scene, I never met him, but I kind of knew of him just through like what people used to talk about and stuff, what people used to mention about him being on the car scene, driving his car, whatever. And she told me how, listen, she showed me his Instagram. And I'm like, oh, this guy. Now, mind you, this is what Tyrones do. Most Tyrones are broke, but he's living off an image. So she told me how, listen, this Tyrone, the car that he was driving on the car scene, it was in the shop. Now, whenever guys talk about their car going in the shop, it's never coming back. But that was always his excuse to her about why he didn't have a car. And this Tyrone, again, the image, dude. This is why I mentioned before, listen, most guys will transform into what black women like to appease them in order to get black women. Now, this guy, Tyrone, was covered in tattoos, 6'3", dreadlocks, like I said, fast car, sell drugs, and he lived with his mom. But listen, this particular chick, right? She was getting her mom to drop her off somewhere somewhere in the middle, bro. I forgot particularly how far away, but pretty much this guy is driving from our city to meet her halfway because she only moved like to the next state over. And her mom is driving her halfway to go meet this guy and his mom just so she can go and spend a weekend at her house to fuck Tyrone. I'm like, how is your mom okay with this shit, bro? How is his mom okay with this? But she told me how Tyrone got bed bugs. Tyrone gave her an STD. Tyrone has bed bugs and gave her an STD, and she was still in love with Tyrone. I'm like, what the fuck? And mind you, her mom made that drive a couple times to go and let her spend the night at this guy's crib, well, at his mom's house, a couple times. I'm like, yo, you couldn't give me a chance? And it was this one time she came back in town. Maybe she wanted to hang out with me, but I didn't really believe she wanted to actually like give me some pussy. She wanted me to take her on a date, and I'm thinking to myself like, yo, you tell me about all of these guys you get fucked by, but you want to hang out with me and go on dates and shit? Nah, fuck that. I'm not doing that shit. That shit is. But again, that's how black women operate in the dual mating strategy. Because again, when they're young, it's more on a subconscious level. But I believe once chicks hit like 18, bro, they know what they're doing, bro. Like we're gonna make the guys who we don't really want for real. You're gonna wait. We're gonna put you in the friend zone, and you're gonna wait while we fuck Tyrone. Now, mind you, some African guy. This is after Tyrone number 3. Tyrone number 4, right? Some African guy. I guess she was getting dropped off by her mom somewhere like halfway. And this particular guy, I'm not gonna call him Tyrone, but this African guy, I guess he met her like halfway. He had his own place, his own little like high rise downtown, and he was just smashing on her. And I guess one particular night they got into an argument. This guy drops her off at a Walmart, and she has to get an Uber back to the state, to the next state over, bro. The Uber cost like almost $200. I'm like, yo, I didn't give her no money. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't that damn blue pilled, but it was just so funny to me. And after she told me about Tyrone, who gave her the STD, and he had bed bugs, but she was still in love with this dude. I'm like, yo, I think that's when I really woke up to the black pill. Like at that time, I didn't know about black pill content, but like I think after all my female friends, that really black pilled me. And I'm not even done yet, bro. But that really woke me up at that time. And I remember, listen, it was just so fucking funny, bro. And I'm trying to think if there was a last guy or not. I can't remember if there was another guy, but I do remember at one point, actually, no, it was a white guy she was dealing with. I think the white guy was from Virginia, and he was driving from Virginia to go see her in whatever state she was in, and she was using him. Now, as she said, she was using him. Like I said, black women, they don't ever really give you the full scope of things, but this guy is like giving her money, driving to go see her. He was a wigger, you know what I'm saying? He hung around black guys. He's a white guy covered in tattoos. I mean, he grew up around black guys his whole life, so he had like all black friends. But he was a white guy who had a pretty good job. I think he had a position in his family's company, construction, right? And like I said, he was doing pretty good for himself. And he had his own place, own car. And at the time, we were still young. I think he was like 21 or something like that. And he's doing good for himself now. As she said, oh, I don't like white guys. Shut the fuck up, you lying bitch. You like white guys. You know what I'm saying? This guy's driving from like states over, bro. He's driving from like states over, and you telling me you're not giving him a chance? Shut up, you lying bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like for real, bro. Shut up. But I remember at one point, kind of before I cut her off, right? She told me about like 9 different guys she fucked that year. And I remember she told me, she said, listen, you didn't tell me about no girls you've been with this year. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, yo, the girls I'm trying to mess with aren't giving me chances. And I'm like, yo, it's funny how back we were both in college at the time, right? The girls I'm trying to mess with are not giving me chances, but here you are messing with like 9 different guys in 1 year. And that's why, black women, they're nasty, dude. They're irresponsible with their pussy. They will fuck like 9 to 10 guys in 1 year. So every guy's getting like a 3-month like trial to her. You know what I'm saying? Maybe even 2 months. It's crazy to me, right? Now, boom. Girl number 5. Now, it's funny because girl number 5 and girl number 4 went to the same school. And I think they were kind of friends at the same time. And she's also Jamaican. So 3 Caribbean girls and 2 African Americans, right? And the 5th chick, she was also a grade below me. I met her after high school. We went to the same college, right? We met in math class. And this girl, she worked at a grocery store not too far from where I was staying at that time. And, like I said, I got her phone number, saying we had class together. And there was times where, listen, bro, she would come by my place and listen, we'll go to school together, bro. She'll ride with me. Like we hung out a lot after school. And this one particular day she came over to the house. Maybe she wanted to give me some pussy. I guess, maybe I said something that kind of threw her off. But again, when you're the average black man, anything you say or do is critiqued very hard. Like you're on thin ice from the jump. Little do you know. And it's funny because me and her, again, we're from the same city, same cultural background. I'm like, yo, I'm thinking, yo, this is the one, bro. This is the one. My mom likes her. My peoples likes her. I'm thinking this is the one, bro. Nope. Nope. Like, bro, we spent so much time together. It was crazy. I'm like, yo, how could I not have gotten a chance? And it's funny because I remember, I didn't stay friends with her for too long. But I remember she told me about this one guy. Like, I guess pretty much after I fumbled her, she told me about this guy who she was dating, right? And at the time, because mind you, I'm friends with her and the girl number 4 at the same time. But girl number 4 has already moved to a different state. So you know, I'm trying to make a move on girl number 5. And girl number 4, she knows about her. So maybe they were in communication of talking about me. Like, yeah, he's a good simp. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, me and him are friends, but he, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, who knows, right? But she also, after I guess I lost my chance with her, she told me about how, listen, she was getting smashed by some 29-year-old. Mind you, she's 19, getting fucked by a 29-year-old man pushing 30. I'm like, wow. If that shit right there wasn't black pilled, if that shit right there doesn't wake you up to what black women really do, man, trust me, you'll never know, bro. And again, the fact that I had these female friends throughout the years, I'm like, man, listen, you females are not good people. But again, because you're in the friend zone, they actually share their experiences with you, man. They tell you what kind of dirt they do, how they lie, how they cheat, you know, the kind of guys they give chances to. And it's like, man, listen, you compare yourself to these guys. Hold on. Let me get a swig of water. You compare yourself to these guys and you're thinking to yourself, man, listen, I'm nothing like them. But yet you wouldn't give me a chance. It's insane. It's really insane. And I remember me and her fell out. Like I said, after that particular semester, we didn't have any more classes together. So, you know, she only came by every now and then. She stopped working at the grocery store that was kind of near the house, so I didn't really see her as much anymore. But on her birthday, right? I think I hit her up one day. I told her happy birthday, and she told me how she had a photo shoot. And I'm like, yo, can I see the pictures from the photo shoot? And she told me that I have to give her money in order to see the pictures. I said, wow, you know what? I'm done with you, you stupid bitch. You know who the fuck you talking to? I have to give you money in order to see. And listen, this was before OnlyFans came around, bro. Like it's insane to me. But yeah, that's my story, bro. The 5 female friends I had throughout my life, and being friends with black women, dude, regardless if she's Caribbean or African American, you know, it's a black pill experience. But that's why I'm like, I'm looking back on it, man. I can't even fuck with black women because I know what black women really do. I know how you guys friend zone most dudes. You only give pussy to Tyrone. Tyrone can give you STDs, have bed bugs. Tyrone can treat you bad, drop you off in the middle of nowhere. Tyrone can be broke, have no money for his car. He can't even put gas in his car. Tyrone can, like, it's just crazy, dude. It's just crazy, man. It's really crazy. Again, you could be a single mom. Yeah. Yeah, but again, as a guy who was once in the friend zone, I'm telling you, bro, they keep guys in the friend zone for when she gets old and she's thinking, like, oh, well, you've been my friend for all these years. You've been waiting all these years for your opportunity. Well, now I'm giving it to you after she's broke, busted, and disgusted. She has debt, children by other men. She didn't call STDs. You know what I'm saying? She didn't deal with degenerate men. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. But that's why they want you to forget their past. That's why in that last video I made, they want you to forget about it. That chick was talking about, listen, I was messing with a drug dealer. You know, oh, you wasn't getting pussy back then, but now you're getting pussy now. So forget about it. No, because again, after being those females' friends for so many years, bro, and you see what black women really do, they want you to forget about all of that shit, bro. Like I said, messing with Tyrones, catching STDs, bed bugs, Tyrone punching them, treating them bad. Like, they want you to forget about all of that just so you can get your one little opportunity to be with them, man. Fuck that, yo. Like I said, yo, black men, don't ever be friends with a female. Learn from my experiences right here that I told you guys about. But at the same time, I'm glad I was friends with females because you actually learn what females really do. Can't nobody tell me, yo, oh, it's some good ones out there. How? I was friends with 5 different females. There are no good black women out here, dude. And for me to tell you guys, you know, oh, it's not all of them, yo, it's going to give you guys hope to go and find the fucking unicorn that don't exist. And when she friends on your ass, or she ghosts your ass, or don't give you no opportunity, trust me, this is what she's out here doing. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed that story. I'm out. Peace.